Yes, coach, just a second. Press conference. We are joined by the away team head coach, Coach Kaitano. Tembo. Welcome, sir. Coach, difficult result, leading to going 2 goals up, losing 3-2 in the end. So can you please just give us a summary of the match from your perspective?
Yeah, look, I think we had a very good start. Started very well. We were a little bit more positive. Our pressing was very good. Press pilots a little bit high. They couldn't deal with that, and we forced them to make mistakes. Hence the 2 goals as well from set plays. So overall, I think we played well. Up until I think some decisions went against us that allowed the Pirates to come back into the team. Probably we could also be at fault to that because we allowed them, to get into areas that they can then get such decisions. But it's a game that we deserve something, to be honest, because there were a lot of positives from the team. I thought we played very well.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Outstanding. Good evening, Coach. Unlucky on the result. Coach, can you maybe just specify as to what exactly were you saying to the referee when you guys were going down the tunnel? It looks like it was not, beautiful words. Maybe just your communication with the referee and Coach Sipombule, not in the 18 after being in the 18 over the weekend. Is he struggling to make the 18? Is he now a bad player? What is happening with Sipombule? Thank you.
Look, we just went to the referee and I said to him, I'd like you to watch the second penalty. I might be wrong, but maybe go and watch it and see. That's what I said to him. And the second about Sipombule, I think we've said it a lot of times. And Sipo is not okay. He's like no training. That's why he was not in the team. He was in the team, when we played Polokwane City Rovers. So today he's in the team.
Yes, there you go. Good evening, Coach. Good evening, colleagues. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Tandy. Coach, I picked up that the young man Johannes has actually, taken it personally from where I was watching the game. I mean, looking at him conceding 2 penalties and the age factor, the experience. Have you spoken to him, Coach? And what have you said to him, if you have already spoken to him? Where is his headspace? And Coach, just to go quickly on to the next one, if you can edit that, the number of games that you guys have been playing, same as Pirates. I mean, I think in 3 days, 3 games in a row within a period of 10, 12 days, that should be a lot. How are you conditioning the players?
Well, when you play probably 3 games in 7 or 8 days, I think there's not much training to be done. We focus more on recovery. That's the most important thing, that the players are well rested, and we just do tactical sessions, but it's about rest, because you want them fresh in the game. Could see, it's not easy. It takes him, but I thought we played very well. We fought as a team, and we showed. We could have also won the game with the chances that we got, especially at the end as well, with Kabuza with his opportunity. And I think Kabuza had 2. The first one, just before the second penalty, he could have taken us maybe 3-1 up, and they went on, they got a penalty, they scored. And it happened again in the second half, just at the end there, when he had an opportunity, he couldn't hit the target, and they went on, they scored. So that's what happens in games. Sometimes if you don't kill the game, you don't take your opportunities. You make it difficult for yourselves. But other than that, performance-wise, I thought we played well.
Coach Karabo again. Yeah, tell me, Coach, what exactly frustrated you the most this evening? Was it the officiating? Was it maybe the lack of experience at the back with Johannes already spoken about him? What exactly frustrated you the most this evening? And secondly, Coach Gape Mrwalo, he's doing well in the DDC. He's also the skip of the side. I mean, he's covering a lot of ground. Also, you know, box to box type of player. Why is he not making his grade in the first team? What's the problem there? Thank you.
Look, with the Gape, I think we've got a lot of youngsters in this position. That's why you've seen today Silaelo, Yasebocha, there's also talent Bata. Whenever there is an opportunity, they also go and play in the DDC team, you know, to give them more game time. So there are still a lot of players in this position, and they need to, you know, keep working hard. We are way aware of the this opportunity to come like in everyone else.
And your frustrations the most this evening?
Oh, okay, yeah. Look, what was frustrating more is after having a good start, you know, the way we did, I thought we could be able to see of the game a little bit better. I think Pirates got two penalties in a space of 3 minutes, and we could have done better in terms of managing the game. And we didn't do that. You know, very frustrating. But at the same time, you look at the effort that has been put in, you know, by these youngsters, and a lot of positives. You know, for me, I'm quite happy with the performance, and there's a lot of things that we can work on. But it will come with time, and the more they play, the more they get better.
Good evening, Coach. Just on Johannes, Coach, not to pick out on him, obviously, because of the mistakes tonight, but just generally, I mean, this is someone who broke out as a right back, if I'm correct, at Cape Town Spurs, and also for the national under-23 team. But what influenced the decision for you just to switch him back to centre back? Is this a position that maybe you earmark for him going forward?
He's actually a centre back. That's his position. But he can still play at right back. He can also still play in midfield. But I like he's your typical, you know, centre back, a defender, someone who enjoys defending. And I think the mistakes are, you know, he made mistakes, but it's normal. He also scored a goal. So we have something to work on. And I still think that he played very well. He had a very good game, apart from the two penalties. But I thought the other one, I don't think it was a penalty. But I think there's great future ahead for him. He's a good player.
Evening, Coach. It's David from Ncikazi Times. Tough luck on the result. I just wanted to ask you, the national team coach, Hugo Broos, you spoke about the striker problems in South Africa, and he mentioned Gabuza and said he was a good striker 5 years ago. Is there anything maybe that you would like to say in response? Because it looks like he means a lot to your team. He scored 6 goals this season. Thank you.
Look, Gabuza brings in a different dimension in our team. At the moment, you can see we are a little bit thin in attack. He's only out and out, you know, striker we have at the moment with the injury to Bradley Krobler till the end of the season. So he leads our attack at the moment. The rest are youngsters. We've got another one, who's Buso Maziko, who was on the bench today. And we've tried to move as well Jones to play a little bit more on the right. So he's done well for us, to be fair on him. He works very hard. He allows, you know, his teammates, you know, to join in attack when he can hold the ball sometimes. But we happy with his contribution at the moment.
Coach, yeah, Tembo, once again, I just didn't hear your your side about Johannes and how he has been since conceding the 2 penalties and what you said to him. But the question right now is about Jesse Don. He was substituted, and from the TV we saw that he had a knock on the head. How is he? Did you get any medical report on him from preliminary from the doctor?
Look, with Jesse Don, the reason why we took him off is because he was, feeling a little bit dizzy, was concussed after that challenge. But I think the doctor will give us a proper report after this. I haven't spoken to him at the moment. Same as Keegan Ioannis, because I need to give him, time as well, to deal with himself. But I don't see anything much to really talk about, because I think it's football. It happens. They're going to make those mistakes. We're going to just point them at the right time and make sure that we improve that training field. That's very important.
In the absence of any further hands being raised on the platform, I believe we've come to the conclusion of our press conference with Coach Tembo. We'll be back shortly with the Orlando Pirates coach. Please be back momentarily. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media, we're now back with the Orlando Pirates coach Mandla. Coach, welcome. Could you just give a brief summary of the match, having gone 2 goals down early in the match, and to come back and finish 3-2 in the end?
We just slow learners. I thought we had learned a lesson when we played the team from Swaziland, Royal Leopard. But it seems as if we just have this tendency that we must work on of conceding early goals. We want our team, good start is important, positive start is important. But yeah, you 2 goals down and worse from set plays, which we must work on. But what was positive is that before we even scored, I thought we created better chances. Deserved penalties. I think we also deserved another penalty second half. But having said that, it's a good fight back from our team. Normally, after such a result, the game is sealed. But I thought we created the better chances. But we still have that same sickness that we just don't score the chances that we create. Deserve to win, but I still think that we should have scored more goals. I'm just disappointed that we conceded from set places, unlike us, but we have to work on that. But I'm proud of the boys for the fight back, proud of the team and everybody who has contributed, that we fought that hard and we got the result.
Karabo, you've been noted. Please go ahead and ask the question.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Ostandi. Good evening, Coach. Well-deserved victory. Coach, for a lack of a better word, Coach, you really looked relieved tonight. You really did look relieved out of that victory. Is that how big a victory it means for you, considering that you guys are now, swiftly looking to compete for the second spot? And for the end of the season, Coach, how big a victory is this on the scale of what you guys are trying to achieve? Thank you.
We just have to run our own race. The relief was not for me. I think I'm just a smaller piece in a bigger puzzle. I just get stressed for the amount of effort from the team, the frustration that the supporters, we're not giving them what they want. Really, it's not about me. This is about results and the team getting results and getting what they deserve. But having said that, we win your games that are remaining. Let's see where that takes us. There is still a possibility. Mathematically, it's still possible that we can finish second position, depending what other teams are doing. We just have to focus on our own lane and win our matches. It was good that we won today, confidence in the team. We're going away to play the CAF. It's important that you go there with that confidence. But I'm just happy that there was a good fight back from our team. Normally, after such a setback, you don't come back. It was clumsy, not the best of football matches, but maybe we had to resort to that because you could see the opponents were just prepared to play from second ball. They're not building the attack from the back. So we went for clumsy. The conditions in the field also determined that you can't play pretty. So we went for the fight. I'm happy that we won the fight.
Coach Lorenzia from Itaski Times. Just on Goodman Mosele. After his old debacle with the Bafana thing, he obviously was low on confidence, and a lot of the fans were saying that he's not aggressive enough, he's not positive enough as a midfielder. But now in these last 2 games, 2 assists, he scores the winning goal here. What exactly did you work on, and what did you tell him to get him out of that little slump that he had? And are you confident that we're going to continue seeing the best of Goodman Mosele going forward for Pirates, and notably also for the national team? Because at his age, he could be an important part of the South African football future. Thank you.
Mosele is a good player. Like I said last week, this is less. There's more to come from him. Maybe what happened to him, I understood clearly because I'm maybe from the same background. So maybe one good thing that one should give credit to was the initiative from the national coach. He wanted to meet him, and I accompanied him. We had a meeting between the head coach of our national team, me and Mosele, and we ironed out issues. Maybe make him understand that some of our players go through a lot, and I understood better. And I'm happy that the coach accepted the apology and understood Mosele's situation. But on the playing field, Mosele is a top player. I think there's more to him. Let him go and play in the national team and come back and contribute to Paris, but top player.
Coach, once again, Orlando Pirates this entire season has not really conceded a lot of goals from corner kicks, and we saw that they conceded 2 goals from corner kicks this season. Is that something that really disappoints you, considering that African clubs really like to use the set pieces for scoring goals? And secondly, Coach, how are you planning on working into not conceding early in the opening exchanges, because that has really been your Achilles heel this season? So what is the plan? How are you planning to ensure that you guys do not concede early, but rather score early than the opposition? Thank you.
Maybe we're starting with the last one. When you start badly, there could be a number of variables. Firstly, maybe the mentality is not right, which I suspect sometimes. Maybe the warm-up is not right. Maybe we think it's too easy. And if that is the case, so I can't point out on one issue. We just have to check on all variables. What could be the possibilities? It's not what one would expect for such a team to concede so early and worse from set place. We have not been a team, except for the match against Mamelodi Sundowns. We have not been a team that concedes from set place. So we have to look at the structure, whether our structure, zonal marking is still functioning properly, whether we go for mixed marking, whether we go for man on man, or whether we change personnel. But sometimes if the structure is working, you have to change the personnel or train that and see who functions better on the structure. We still have to analyze what exactly is not working in the structure of ours of defending set place. It's too easy for a team like us, should not concede goals from such positions.
Coach Tembo Shabalala, Joseph from Sports. Coach, I just need to quickly find out something. The travel arrangements for tomorrow. Now that you guys have played, the team has won. Travel arrangements. I know that you're going away to JS Saoura. I'm also informed that you're traveling tomorrow morning. The recovery coach and everything else that has to happen. How are you then looking into all of those nitty-gritties before the game away?
Without giving too much, maybe it's something that is not within my jurisdiction to disclose. Yes, correctly pointing out we're traveling tomorrow. Maybe what I can highlight is that what is important is recovery. You can train. It's a long journey where if you travel to that country, you have got connecting flights. You have to wait at airports, but it is the burden of playing in such competitions. We're not complaining. We just have to do what we have to do. Try and get a result in that country, come back and continue with the journey and the remaining fixtures that we have. But it's important that we must get the results from the 2 matches that are remaining. Whether we win against JS Saura, whether we play a draw, then it will be important that we make sure when we play at home that we win the match.
Evening, coach. It's David from Indiski Times. Congrats on the win. Bafana, Hugo Bros has called up 3 Pirates players to Bafana, Chandu, Monare, and Mosela, and he was very praising Pirates for for their season and the experience on the African continent. Does this make you proud, that you have 3 players in this coming squad for Bafana? Thanks.
We're really proud as a team. It just shows you that for a national team coach who's got a very good eye in seeing good players, they look at the game that we play. I think our model of the game, we're playing a good game. If you take away the results and draws that we have played and look at our game, put the results and get the results, get 3 wins from the 3 draws, and look at how we play. I think we're one of the teams that play the correct game. Maybe the coach is not looking at results like everybody. He's looking at the quality of players in positions. And one must give praise to the coach for doing that. I thought the players that he selected are good players and they are doing well. And credit to the coach for selecting them.
Evening, coach. I think, coach, with the respect, of course, coach, you've spoken about the challenges that you've faced this season. I think with the injuries and obviously not converting the huge amount of chances that you continue to create. But when you look at yourself and the work that you've done, how do you access it? Do you feel that you did enough? Just in terms of the expectations from the job and the position that you occupy. And just secondly, I think early this season you spoke obviously in confidence with your expectations for Tyson, but I think when one looks at the numbers and obviously he continues to be missing for the side, that didn't go according to plan. What do you think went wrong, and maybe where does he need to improve and change? Thank you.
Any coach who works at Pirates wouldn't be happy for the position that the club is in. The club has got demands that are clear. When you join the club, they make a presentation. So we are clear that we are far below the expectations that management have placed in front of us. I acknowledge that we're not where we are, and it will be bad of me to make excuses of why we're not where we are. We just have to keep on working on what we can control, scoring the chances in front of goal. You even saw today how many balls were flying in front of goal. The match that we played previously, just a tap in, you score a goal, and then you let in goals that are unnecessary. So it's the blame goes to the coach. We accept we have not met the requirements, but it's building blocks when it's like this, and you know what is the problem. And I think we have the capacity to change things for the better.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media, in the absence
on Tyson, coach.
Oh, sorry. Tyson is training well. He had an injury. He was training well. I think currently he's in competition to be in the team. But one thing I like about him, maybe that shows his experience, his attitude is always great. He trains well. He supports the team even if he's not part of the team. And very soon we'll see him in the field of play.
Yeah, on that note, we've reached the conclusion of our press conference. Once again, ladies and gentlemen of the media, thank you for your time and participation. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is the Sobre Boys Walifatsi from the Big R, or TBR Solution. One of the companies owned by TBR Solution is the Big R Financial Services, an authorized financial service provider. I'm sure you have noticed that the past few months or so, we've seen a lot of deaths, and those deaths are attributed to mental illness. Mental illness can be caused by anything, can be caused by stress, depression, and stress and depression can be caused by a number of things: lack of finances, or financial problem, or social problem, or marital problems. So they cause all those problems. We in the financial sector, we see it almost now and again, because we work with various organizations like GPF, Independent Fund Organization. But while I'm still there, let me stress, we don't have a formal relationship with GPF, but we work with them because most of our people are from there. Now, working with those people, you know very well that people who are working for the government, they're expected to retire at the age of 60 and above, right? If you retire earlier than that, then you are being penalized by GPF. And sometimes people say, no, I need money. So what do? They resign. They say, no, let the money go to my bank account. Once you do that, you are tax heavy. So you need to bear that in mind, okay? But now, let's say for argument's sake, you are 55 as we speak and above, and you are contemplating of either resigning or going on pension in the next 3 months or so, just drop us a WhatsApp so that we help you to expedite for your payment. Because according to the GPF rules and pension fund law, once a client or a member receive an SMS that they've received your forms, that means they have 60 days to complete the process. And mind you, the 60 days is a maximum. It doesn't mean it has to take 60 days. It's a maximum. Now, sometimes we see people, they don't get their money for 2 to 3, 4, 5 months, 6 months, even more, or a year or so. And then there, the problem could emanate either from the GPF side, employer side, a member himself. So what we do, we try to expedite that process by making sure that we understand the workings of GPF. If it's a member, we help him to do the right thing. The same with GPF, the same with employer organization. Now, remember, as I have already said, that with GPF, it's 60 and above. Now, and then we say if you're 55 or more, you can contact us. And another good element is this, with the fund that we are working with. There is a whole lot of flexibility. You can decide how much you earn. That's how flexible it is. And if, let's say, you pass on, you and your spouse, you can nominate anyone. You are not limited to your immediate family, like your biological children or an officially adopted children. Remember, even your children, they can benefit as long as they're 22 and below. But with us, it doesn't matter. They can be above 22, they can be your elders, or they will still benefit because you nominated them. And then we try by all means that when we take the money from GPF and invest with credible fund organization, we try by all means that you are least taxed, all right? And then, and even you are not punished because you are not taking the money, because you are taking to another fund. So which means an independent and credible fund. So it means that there's no need to tax you more. So those are some of the advantages that are there. So you need to bear that in mind. And then if you want to know more, just drop us a WhatsApp on our WhatsApp number. Then we'll call you back. You don't have to call us. We'll call you back and see how can we expedite it. I thank you.